Thank you for calling the Santa hotline. He's out in the snow, still merry on wine. The message he left was to say one last time, what's in the box for day number 9? The blend node's inside, or so Santa says. Please leave your message before Christmas Day.
Thank you, Santa Hotline, and thank you guys for joining me this one last time for the 9 nodes of Christmas. So here we are, the final node, the blend node, one of the kings of the nodes. This node is extremely important indeed, because this is where a lot of the magic comes in with Substance Designer, where we can start blending different colours together, different masks, different grayscale images. Anything that you really need to be looking at, you need to be using this blend node. So this can be found within filters, blending and blend, so we can just drag one of those into here, or you can press the space bar, and there's also a way to get it within the quick tool space bar. It's that important. Okay, so let's what I've done is I've grabbed a couple of colours. Now this is actually one of the textures, the brick lumpy again, that we used in the previous day. If I press number 2, you can see that it's actually a shader itself. It's a full graph with diffuse, normal, roughness, metallic, ambient occlusion and height. So with the blend node, it works on the principle that if this is white and this is black, and using a mask between black to the white, you can show through each of the layers. So if there was more white, you would see more of the foreground, and if there was more black tones in the mask, you would see more of the background. So I'll grab the background first. I'm just going to plug this into the diffuse, and if I double click, you can see now we've got the diffuse there. And for example, I'm just going to take this colour. This is just a uniform colour, so if you press the space bar, you can find that there, and I'm just going to give it some sort of weird colour, some pukey green kind of colour. Grab the noodle, and I'm going to put that into the top. So it works on the principle that we're going to start off with white being at the foreground, so we don't see the background at all. But what I can do is, if I just cut that here and just grab this, this is just the black and white spots from the noises, and I'm just going to plug this into the mask, and as you can see now, we're starting to get the background and the foreground showing. So where it's white, you're going to be seeing more of the pukey green, and where it's actually black, you're going to see more of the brick color itself, and then the transition between from the black to the white. And you can see within the blend node we have opacity, so we can pull the opacity down there on the actual foreground, and we've also got alpha blending to true or false, and we've also got the blending modes. So if you're familiar with Photoshop, a lot of those Photoshop blending modes are going to be here as well. So we can add, subtract, multiply, add sub, max, min, dissolve, and it continues like that. So you've got quite a few blend modes here that you can use and experiment with within that blend node itself. So what I can do now is, if I pull this across, we can plug that into the diffuse, so we're getting the difference between the foreground and background, and that's going straight into there. We've also got a normal map, so we could actually take the normal from there and plug that into the bricks itself. So now we've got the normal also, and just grab this one again. Oops, just one second, delete that from there, and actually it won't let me, there we go, I have to do it that way. So now I've got my two colours uniformly in there, I've got a mask, and I've also got it going into a normal. And what you can also do is, from the previous day, we've also got the histogram scan. So what I can do is here, so I can plug into the histogram, plug into the mask, and then as you can see now, we're starting to get kind of like a mossy kind of feel onto the actual bricks themselves. And using the position, we can take some of it off, or we can take more, we can increase it more. We can also do the contrast to make it quite more blotchy, so it is getting a little bit more like stained moss on the actual bricks themselves. So that's extremely useful also. And once you start blending all these together, I've got a graph here of a rock face coloured that I've used before, which I created a while ago, and you can see it's the main components really for the actual colorization of the rock. So you've got a blend node there using, again, but this time a levels and not a histogram scan, but it's the same sort of principle. We've got the clouds mask there, and we're just blending in together all these different colours and hues and tones, and you can see there's lots and lots of blend nodes. Then we get a hue saturation levels, a sharpener levels, and we finally get to the final albedo colour. So you can see, extremely useful for blending things together, and a node any king should use. Ho ho ho, what 9 days it's been. Glorious, glorious. Thank you everyone for watching. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. And I shall see you on the 25th. Ho ho ho.